Nearly 1 million illegal immigrants have self-deported under Trump, which has led to higher wages. Nearly 1 million undocumented immigrants have quietly left the U.S. under Trump's shadow. It's called self-deportation, and it's shaking up the labor market. The result? Fewer workers and rising wages. But is this a win or just a calm before a storm? If you are interested in this, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell on upcoming video. While ICE arrests and deportations have grabbed headlines, President Trump is also running a separate but complementary mass deportation, Program 1, that encourages aliens here unlawfully to go home voluntarily. And if reports are correct, that plan is more successful than anyone could have imagined. Based on government data, my organization, the Center for Immigration Studies, has conservatively estimated there are about 15.4 million illegal aliens in the United States, a 50% increase over 4 tumultuous years of the Biden administration. That's no surprise, given how Biden and his Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas ignored congressional detention mandates and ushered millions of illegal migrants into the United States. Trump rode a wave of concerns about the cost those migrants are imposing on schools, hospitals, housing, and essential government services in cities and towns across the United States to second term. Now that he's back in the Oval Office, it's up to him, Border Czar Tom Homan, and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem to drive the unauthorized population down and restore credibility to our immigration system. They've implemented a 2-track plan to tackle this onerous task. One of those tracks relies on arrests and deportations of aliens unlawfully here, which at the outset is focused mainly on criminals, the worst first strategy. The other track is more subtle but also cheaper for taxpayers and arguably much more effective, encouraging illegal migrants here to self-deport. It began with an Inauguration Day Trump directive requiring DHS to ensure all aliens present in the United States legal and otherwise have registered with the federal government, and to prosecute those who don't comply. By late February, Noem had implemented that registration program. DHS next launched a multi-million-dollar ad campaign warning migrants not to enter legally or, alternatively, to leave voluntarily now and possibly have an opportunity to return and enjoy our freedom and live the American dream. Noem also rebranded the notorious CBP One app, which the Biden administration used to funnel hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants into our country, as CBP Home, which aliens can use to notify the U.S. government of their intent to depart. That rebranding coincided with an offer of financial incentives for aliens who leave voluntarily, a stipend of $1,000. That's in lieu of costly physical deportation, which can cost taxpayers $17,100 per person on average. How effective has self-deportation been? One way to track the program is by checking employment numbers. One financial was cited by the Wall Street Journal calculated a decline in the immigrant population of 773,000 in the first 4 months of Trump 2. The Washington Post claims 1 million foreign-born workers have exited the workforce since March. The Post frames this as a sign of the weakening labor supply. Yet the paper also notes average hourly wages accelerated, rising by 0.4% over the month to $36.24 in May, as earnings continue to beat inflation in a boost to workers' spending power. In other words, with fewer illegal immigrants, businesses have had to raise wages to attract workers. But aliens will only leave if they believe Trump and Homan are serious about arrests, and employers know the feds are targeting shady businesses. This voluntary exodus shouldn't be surprising. When President Dwight Eisenhower launched his deportation roundup in 1954, nearly 10 aliens left voluntarily for each one arrested. A post 9/11 registration program also drove self-deportations. DHS can arrest and deport 15.4 million illegal aliens, but if it simply enforces a law, many aliens will get the message and leave on their own, as hundreds of thousands apparently already have. As wages tick upward, the labor force shrinks and the nation stands divided. Is this Trump-era self-deportation a boost for American workers or a warning sign of deeper disruptions ahead? The conversation is far from over. That is all today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Nearly 1 million illegal immigrants have self-deported under Trump, which has led to higher wages. While media focus remains on ICE arrests, President Trump has launched a quicker but impactful mass deportation strategy, self-deportation. With an estimated 15.4 million undocumented immigrants now in the US, up 50% during the Biden years, Trump's administration, led by DHS Secretary Christine and Border CISA, Tom Oman is executing a two-track plan targeted deportation and voluntary departures. A mandatory registration order and rebranded CBP Home app signal a crackdown, offering migrants $1,000 to leave voluntarily for far cheaper than the average $17,100 per forced deportation. The result, nearly 1 million foreign-born workers have reportedly left since March, shrinking the labor pool. This exodus has led to higher wages as businesses scramble to replace lost labor. The Wall Street Journal and Washington Post confirm wage increases outpacing inflation. While some call it a win for American workers, others fear disruptions ahead. The videos are clear. If enforcement is serious, many undocumented immigrants may leave on their own.